Hi, everybody, and welcome to Ivy English. I'm Karen.
And I'm Wesley.
Today is April 10th, and we're on page 30 in your magazines. And today we have a guided composition exercise for you. And our title is Something New I'm Learning. And I love this title.
好，那我们中文标题是我正在学习的新事物。
I bet that kind of makes you excited too, doesn't it, Wesley?
Yeah, 因为学新的东西应该是很 exciting 的事情。Yeah.
Exactly, and it's not just us. I think that is inherent in human beings. We actually love learning.
Yeah, 其实这个人的天性就是喜欢学习。好，那有人会觉得不会啊，我不喜欢念书啊。学习不一定是念书啊，可能是生活里面你所学到的新的东西啊，例如说你学会新的这个煮个新的菜啊，或者是学会一个新的一种这个技能啊等等的啊，或者甚至于学到你知道一些新的东西，那也是一种学习。你知道了一些别人的这个内幕啊什么，那也是一种学习。
Right.
那这些都会让我们觉得非常的 exciting. Yeah.
Those release endorphins in our brain. 我们脑内啡
Yeah.
会被释放出来. So
Yeah.
it's released and it makes us feel really good. So when you want to learn something, pay attention to those endorphins, that good feeling, because that will encourage you and motivate you to keep going. In fact, we all love learning. You also see young people especially playing these computer games, and they get thoroughly addicted because at each stage, they are learning something new that will get them to the next stage. And that feeling of learning something new that helps them conquer a level is really addicting.
Yeah. 好，所以有的人这个玩手游啊，玩电玩啊，玩得非常入迷，就是因为他每玩一次他就有进步一点，他就学到一些新的方法、新的技巧，甚至于他学会新的控制自己肌肉的方法。
Right.
好，那所以都会感到快乐，所以他才会那么入迷。
That's right. And you're training your reactions and so forth. Well, let's look at what we need to do for this assignment.
好，我们这个文章的提示，他说学习是进步的动力。你最近有在学习任何新的事物吗？请以此为题写一篇英文作文，文长至少要120个单词，分享一下你正在学习的新事物，例如是语言啊、才艺啊、兴趣啊等等的。那第一段叙述你学习这项事物的这个新事物的原因是什么？第二段说明一下你学了这个新事物之后，你预计达成的目标，或者是可以用它来做什么。
All right, let's look at the 动动脑 part. Here we're going to use two of the English W's plus the one H. The two W's will be using our what and why. The one H is, of course, how. So first of all, what? We need to answer a what question. Here it's, what are you currently learning?
你现在正在学什么呢？ Currently 就是目前现在at the present time 的意思。
Next is why. Why do you want to learn it?
你为什么想要学这个东西呢？
And the next one is what goal or how. The whole question is, what goal do you want to achieve, or how are you going to apply this new skill or knowledge?
好 ，What goal 就是目标 ，Do you want to achieve？ 那所以这个 achieve 达成，它的受词是 goal 好，所以你想要达成什么样的目标 ？What goal do you want to achieve？ 或者是 How are you going to apply？ 你要如何的应用？This new skill 这个新的技能或者是 knowledge 新的知识。
Now, we're going to propose an outline for one possible composition. It is by far not the only one. This is just one example for your reference.
好，那我们来看看大纲。我们这篇文章我们可以这样写当然有其他的写法了。我们可以这样写，我们可以说第一段，你学习这项新事物的原因我可以说韩剧和韩国电影数年来在台湾蔚为风行，而韩国流行团体也在世界各地造成轰动我经常在空闲的时候听韩国流行歌或者是看韩国的影剧，那这些都是使我热爱学习韩语的动力。那第二段呢，我可以讲一下学了这样新事物之后呢预计达成的目标，或者可以拿来做什么呢我可以说我今年报名参加了一个韩语课，那目前呢因为得兼顾课业，所以进步不大，但我已经觉得很满意了现在呢我可以理解韩国流行歌还有韩剧的歌词还有字幕带给我的乐趣又更多了。
That sounds fun.
Yeah 因为你喜欢的歌曲喜欢看的剧，然后你能了解它的这个字幕了解它的歌词，这当然是很有意思的。
And you all should apply that to your English learning as well. Songs and TVs, especially these serials, they're really, really good for language learning because they're so interesting.
Yeah.
And when something is interesting, then your motivation goes way up.
Yeah 所以学英文其实也是一样，你听英文歌曲，然后看看这个英文的戏剧 啊，因为很多戏剧是很有趣的，那你从有趣的这个环境之下去学这个语言会更有趣啊。那另外呢，你也可以讲到说，我决定高中毕业之后要到南韩去旅游，并且将我学到的东西用在当地人的身上。
Let's look at an English version of the same outline. For our first paragraph, I am interested in learning Korean because of the Korean dramas and movies I've been watching and the K-pop songs I've been listening to. This has really just amazed me because I was studying in Taiwan back in the 70s. Now, there were not so many foreign students back then. I was in a master's program at a local university. And my classmates, many of them, besides Americans, few Europeans, were mostly Koreans. And at that time, Korea was not very advanced economically. It was way behind Taiwan even. And so Korean was just not a thing back then. You know, people did not pay much attention to it. They were paying attention to Japan, definitely. Taiwan has always had a close relationship with Japan for a very long time anyway. And, of course, America. America, everybody pays attention to. So Korean was not a thing. So as I watched Korea get stronger, especially economically and then culturally, I saw this interest grow among young people. They were going crazy about Hanju, about Korean dramas, TV dramas, and other things, and pop songs and things. And they were learning Korean all over the place. It just shocked me. I go, oh, it's totally different from the 70s. And you see from this the power of pop culture.
好，而且各位要知道，那个 behind that pop culture 后面是什么？是 government。
That's right. They spend a lot of money.
对，这个韩国政府当然也有它的问题，但这一点它是做得非常好的啊。它这个很久以前就看出来，可以从娱乐界啊这个地方来扩张韩国的影响力，所以它是韩国政府国家的力量在背后支持这些韩剧、这个韩国的这些歌舞，还有韩国的流行乐，然后用大众媒体的力量把它推广到全球。啊，那做得非常的成功。好，其实我最近才看到这个，之前有光棍购物节，最近好像又出来一个1212也是个购物节。那各位就了解到这些东西其实都是商人炒作出来的东西，那就是一个商业行为，背后就是这个商业行为。那我讲这个意思就是告诉各位，啊，这个韩流很棒啊，但是各位要了解到韩流的背后其实是一个商业行为。
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I can only say that this particular manipulation, intervention, whatever you want to call it, and then pouring in lots and lots of money, has been extremely successful.
非常成功啊 ！Karen 老师刚刚讲，他这个70年代在台湾的时候，那个时候韩国was not a big thing 就是那不是一个大家都会觉得哇韩国很棒啊，对他想要去哈韩啊，那个时候不会。
They were behind Taiwan.
那个时候对，而且其实，在70年代、80年代，其实韩国有很多留学生到台湾来。
Yes.
但现在呢，这个比较少一点。
Oh, we still have them.
还是有，但是比较少一点
Yeah.
好，所以我们看到这个地方，他说 I am interested in learning 我对这个东西学习。这个东西有兴趣，学习什么呢？那各位注意到 am interested in， 那后面 learning 当然要加个 ing， 因为前面是 in。那学习Korean 就是韩文 ，because of 因为，那大家千万记得 because of 后面要加一个名词 ，because 后面加的是子句 ，because of 后面加的是名词，所以 because of the Korean dramas and movies， 因为这个韩国的戏剧 dramas 通常也包括这个TV dramas 然后呢 movies 还有韩国的电影，那这些东西怎么样 ？That 省略掉 ，That I've been watching 我一直在看的这些韩剧还有呢 the K-pop songs 你看 K-pop 已经成为一个英文字了就是韩国流行的这些歌曲那这些歌曲是什么 ？That I've been listening to 那注意那个 to 不要掉了，因为你是 listen to 这些 songs 那 songs 提到前面来了，那你后面还是那个 to 不能掉，你还是要讲 I've been listening to。
Now, in general, this type of music is not my thing, but sometimes just by chance, I see a couple of these music videos. Many of them are very creative.
Yeah, 所以这个K-pop 这种歌曲呢，我也是那种歌曲，我不是我喜欢的那种音乐啦，但是有时候我看到也是，觉得它至少那个是经过 well designed，
Right.
你就知道它那个背后有很庞大的工业在支持，那它的利润也是很庞大的利润，所以这个
是很有创造力的，
很有创造力 ，Yeah.
Okay. A. With the Korean wave sweeping across the globe, Korean films and K-pop music have become popular in Taiwan recently. It's really hard to read K-pop music because in English we have another word which is K-pop. K-A-P-O-K K-A-P-O-K 那就是树棉，就是树上长的那种棉花类的那种东西。That's called K-pop。OK，
那这地方 with 就是附带状况啊，我们有这个什么呢？有 Korean wave 就是韩流哈，这个韩国的这个流行潮哈，韩流 Korean wave， 那是 sweeping across the globe 横扫全球啊，所以韩流横扫全球。那韩国的电影啊 Korean films， 还有 K-pop music，
It's hard to say，
不容易说哈。好，那这个还有韩国流行的音乐呢 ，have become popular， 变得非常受欢迎，在台湾啊。那 recently 是近来很受欢迎。
B. I enjoy listening to K-pop songs and watching Korean movies and dramas in my free time.
好 ，I enjoy listening to 就是我喜欢听啊 ，enjoy 后面要加动名词，所以 I enjoy listening to 我喜欢听这些韩国流行音乐，然后呢看韩国的电影。那 in my free time 就是在我闲暇空闲的时候。
C. It was these things that motivated me to learn the Korean language.
好 ，motivate someone to do something 就是这个提供某人去做某件事情的动机啊，或者是让某人想做某件事情。
And learning is really all about motivation.
Yeah， 那学习当然跟 motivation 跟你的动机是非常有关系的。你要有强烈的动机，你才会用心去学习，学习效果也会比较好。
And that's why school education often does not do that well because they don't succeed in really motivating the students very well.
Yeah， 所以有时候学校教育没有办法做得很成功，有时候原因就是因为他没有办法让学生有很强的动机去学习啊。因为你一定要学的东西，你动机可能就比较，就是别人要求你学的东西，你那个动机可能就不是那么强。除非这个要求你的人是你的老板啊，跟你讲说你这个人学会了，我给你加薪啊，那就有动机。
Or tests.
或者考试啊。对，这个你考过了就可以怎样，那你才会有动机。好，所以这地方讲到说，it was these things， 就是这些东西 that motivated me， 让我有了动机 to learn the Korean language.
Paragraph 2. At the beginning of this year, I signed up for a Korean course at a language center.
好，注意各位把它背起来 ，sign up for 就是去参加啊，
去报名
参加某一个，通常后面可以是个课程啊。然后呢 ，at a language center 啊，各位注意这个地方用 a 哈。A language center， 因为它并没有特别指哪一个 language center， 是某一家，所以用 A。
They don't want to do an ad for the center here.
Yeah， 他不想替这家语言中心做广告了。Yeah.
A. Although I haven't made much progress, since I have to take care of my schoolwork, I'm still satisfied with what I've learned so far.
Although 虽然 I haven't made much progress 啊，各位注意这整个把它学起来，就是我没有太大的进步。叫做 I haven't made much progress。那 since 为什么呢 ？I have to 我必须要 take care of my schoolwork， 就是我还要顾功课哈，中文也讲顾功课啊，我还要照顾我的学校的课业，叫做 take care of my schoolwork。那因为这样啊，但是呢，虽然说我还没有学得进步没有很大 ，I'm still satisfied with， 我仍然很满意哈 ，be satisfied with。我对什么很满意呢？我仍然对 what I've learned so far， 我目前为止所学会的，我还是觉得非常满意。
There are two ways of learning a language. One is you decide you're going to master it. You're going to learn it to fluency. But on the other hand, any little tiny bit you learn of any language is useful. You don't have to say, oh, it's no good because I didn't learn the language perfectly. If you just learn half a sentence in a language, it's better than nothing. So just value every little bit that you learn of something like a language.
学习语言的时候，真的是你任何学到的一点点小东西都会有用的啊！你不要想说，哎呀，反正我英文很差，我就不用学了。哎，你每学一点都会有用，而且当你发现的很有用的时候，你就会继续去学。
Right.
所以这个一点一点的学，而且学语言跟自己比就好，你自己有进步就好，你不要去看哇，他那么厉害，我不行。你这样的话，就是让自己很难过而已。他那么厉害，别人那么厉害，那是他的事情，他有他的背景，他有他的成长过程。那你只要跟自己比，我每天有进步就很好了。
And sometimes you just learn a single word, but that single word one day it comes in handy.
有的时候你可能只学到一个新的字，但是这个字哪一天说不定就变得非常有用。
B. Now that I can understand some of the lyrics in the K-pop songs and some captions of the Korean dramas I watch, I'm taking even more pleasure in them. And that's what Wesley and I were just talking about. You learn a little bit, and then you find out that it's useful and you understand. It gives you feedback. It gives you this feeling of pleasure.
所以你学会一点新的，你就会感到其中的乐趣了。好，所以这里讲到说 ，Now that 现在呢 ，I can understand， 我可以了解 some of the lyrics。 在这些我听的这些 K-pop songs 里面一些的这个歌词我能够了解那 lyrics 后面那个介系是 in 这 lyrics in 什么什么 songs， 然后呢我也能够学会看懂一些 some captions 是字幕 of the Korean dramas I watch， 我所看的韩剧的一些字幕我也看得懂了。好，那我就怎么样 I'm taking even more pleasure in them， 就是I enjoy them even more 那种感觉。
It's all those endorphins up there. Yeah.
都是你脑袋的那个
脑内啡。
脑内啡 yeah.
All right, see, I've decided to take a trip to South Korea after my graduation from high school so I can try out what I've learned on native speakers.
OK， 我决定要 take a trip to South Korea 我要去南韩旅行 After my graduation from high school， 我高中毕业之后我要去南韩旅行，这样我就可以 try out。 好 try out 就是 to test something to see if it works 所以我去试一试 what I've learned 我所学到的韩文在谁身上试呢 on native speakers 这个地方没有特别指哪一些 native speakers， 所以不要加的就 on native speakers。
Yeah, just the people you run into in Korea.
Yeah， 就是一般的在韩国碰到的人，没有特别指哪些 native speakers， 所以不要加的。
Okay, and our conclusion, I'm looking forward to it and want to see how far I can go.
I'm looking forward to it， 这个很重要的一个音档大家把它背起来。然后呢，我想要看一看 how far I can go， 好，我能够用这个韩语用到什么程度那种感觉。Yeah.
That first time that you try out a sentence in a new language and people understand you and react sort of like you're a normal person, that is such a thrill.
Yeah， 我还记得我第一次跟一个美国人讲英文的那种感觉。Yeah， 然后我讲了，他懂了，我好快乐。那感觉
And then he responds appropriately. Yeah. Oh my God, it worked.
Yeah， 那个是真的很a magical moment.
Yes.
Yeah， 真的是。
You'll be thrilled.
Yeah.
I saw it happen to a girl when we were in Germany. Her German was really not that good, but she said a sentence. It was kind of broken.But the other person understood, and she started jumping and shouting for joy.
Yeah, 真的是。
Okay, here's our first model composition. I am interested in learning Korean because of the Korean dramas and movies I've been watching and the K-pop songs I've been listening to. Korean dramas and movies have been all the rage in Taiwan for years, and K-pop groups have caused a sensation practically everywhere in the world.In my leisure time, I often have K-pop songs playing or binge-watch Korean dramas on my phone. I enjoy Korean movies, too. For example, I've watched Along with the Gods, The Two Worlds, several times. These are the driving forces behind my passion for learning the Korean language. At the beginning of this year, I signed up for a Korean course at a language center.So far, I have made only moderate progress because I have had to strike a balance between these studies and my regular schoolwork. But I'm satisfied that I'm now capable of recognizing a few hundred Korean words and writing them out. Now, listening to K-pop songs or watching Korean dramas gives me greater enjoyment because I can partially understand the lyrics and the captions. I've made up my mind to take a trip to South Korea after I graduate from high school. Once there,I can try out what I've learned on native speakers. I'm looking forward to it and want to see how far I can go. Now, I have studied enough languages that I would not want to study Korean because I've already tried too many languages. I'm working on French now, and gosh, that's enough. But when I read about somebody getting excited over learning a new language and their little successes along the way, it still makes me feel excited.
好，所以学一个新的语言真的很有趣的哈。Okay, 那我们来看看这篇。
Yes, back to the beginning. I am interested in learning Korean because of the Korean dramas and movies I've been watching and the K-pop songs I've been listening to.
这句话我们刚刚看过了。
Korean dramas and movies have been all the rage in Taiwan for years, and K-pop groups have caused a sensation practically everywhere in the world.
好 ，have been all the rage 就是火红，一直很火红或造成的轰动，所以韩国的韩剧在台湾已经有好几年来都造成了轰动have been all the rage in Taiwan for years。然后呢，这个韩国流行音乐团体 have caused 造成了 a sensation 就造成了轰动，也是轰动的 excitement 那种感觉。那 practically 就是 almost everywhere in the world， 所以不止在台湾红，这个韩国流行音乐几乎在全球都造成了轰动。
In my leisure time, I often have K-pop songs playing or binge-watch Korean dramas on my phone.
In my leisure time 就是 in my free time， 我空闲的时候，我常常怎么样 have K-pop songs playing， 就是我会放韩国流行音乐来听啊 ，have something playing。然后同时呢，我会 binge watch 啊，那这个 binge 类似我们中文讲的狂啊，我会狂看 binge watch， 好，我会狂看韩剧，好 on my phone， 在我电话上面狂看韩剧。
I enjoy Korean movies too.
我也很喜欢看韩国电影。
For example, I've watched Along with the Gods, The Two Worlds several times.
例如我看这个《与神同行》看了几遍了。
These are the driving forces behind my passion for learning the Korean language.
Driving forces 就是驱策的力量，所以这是我这个 passion， 我对于学习韩文这个 passion 这个热情背后的驱策的力量。
At the beginning of this year, I signed up for a Korean course at a language center.
这句我们看过了。
So far, I have made only moderate progress because I have had to strike a balance between these studies and my regular schoolwork.
到目前为止呢，我只是做了一些 moderate， 就是中等的、不多的、适度的，好，所以换句话说就是进步不多啦。这另外一种说法 ，made only moderate progress。因为 I have had to， 我必须要 strike a balance between A and B， 就是在这两个中间获得平衡。那在这里要获得的平衡就是他的 studies， 他学韩文，还有他的 regular schoolwork， 一般的课业，他必须取得平衡。
But I'm satisfied that I'm now capable of recognizing a few hundred Korean words and writing them out.
但是现在 I'm capable of， 我可以 recognizing， 我可以认得几百个韩文而且能够写出来，我现在已经很满意了。
Now listening to K-pop songs or watching Korean dramas gives me greater enjoyment because I can partially understand the lyrics and the captions.
Gives me greater enjoyment， 就让我觉得更快乐了为什么呢？因为我可以 partially， 就是部分的了解这些歌词，还有电影的字幕。
I've made up my mind to take a trip to South Korea after I graduate from high school.
好 ，I've made up my mind， 就是 I decided 的意思。我决定要到南韩旅行After I graduate from high school， 从高中毕业之后。
Once there, I can try out what I've learned on native speakers.
Once there 就是 once I am there， 我一到那边，我就可以再跟当地人试试看我所学的韩文。
I'm looking forward to it and want to see how far I can go.
我很期待这句话我们也看过了，我想看看我的韩文能够用到什么程度。
In the 90s, I could not get by with either English or Mandarin, but now both English and Mandarin are commonly spoken.
Oh.
It changed a lot.
Oh, okay. You mean
in Korea?
所以这个现在你在韩国讲英文
还有国语。
国语都可以通了。
Yeah. All right. We have a second model composition, but not much time. We're just going to go through it really quickly. I've always dreamed of becoming a pastry chef. I have had a sweet tooth since I was a child. I enjoy eating all sorts of desserts after almost every meal. To me, a meal is not complete if it doesn't end with apple pie or cheesecake. Whenever I pass by a bakery, I cannot resist going in and picking up some sweet treats to delight my taste buds. I really admire pastry chefs for their creativity and ingenuity. This is why I want to become a dessert chef. What's more, pastry chefs are very much in demand everywhere nowadays, whether at bakeries, restaurants, weddings, or even on cruise ships. I joined a pastry cooking class at my school this year. Every Wednesday evening after school, a retired chef from a famous restaurant comes and teaches us how to make a variety of fine desserts. In the beginning, he taught us a lot about food preparation, like precise measurements, temperature control, and dough rise times. In recent sessions, he demonstrated how to make pastry dough from scratch and had each of us prepare a batch. Since gaining some practical experience from him, I've begun to make some tarts and cookies for my family and friends on weekends and have asked them to give me feedback. I keep reminding myself to hone my skills by constant practice if I want to become a great chef. In the future, perhaps, I may make a living as a pastry chef, or I might just enjoy it as a side hobby.
好，那这个里面其实有很多很值得看的一些英文不过我们可能时间不够。那我想各位看，我们杂志上面有中文，你就对照这个中文看这个英文，然后呢，各位要多注意一下，看它是哪些常见的 chunk 它可以相对于中文的什么意思。例如说，这一开始第一句I've always dreamed of becoming 你就把它背起来，就我一直梦想要成为什么，那你后面只要加上你成为的东西就可以了。好像这样子一种I've always dreamed of becoming a pastry chef， 就是一个糕点师傅。然后呢，我爱吃甜食，你看他怎么说 I have had a sweet tooth。 然后 since I was a child， 然后接下来他很喜欢吃 all sorts of desserts， 然后呢 after almost every meal， 然后接下来 a meal is not complete if it doesn't end with something， 就是如果一个吃一顿饭最后不是什么东西的话，那这顿饭就不完整。换句话说，每次吃完饭我一定要吃点什么东西才行啊。然后接下来 pass by a bakery， 我讲得很快啊，就是
Whenever I do something，
对啊，然后我每次经过的时候就如何如何。然后呢，这个我总是要去选一些 sweet treats， 就是一些好吃的甜食来 delight my taste buds， 来满足我的味蕾啊，就是满足我的口欲。然后呢 I really admire 什么什么东西啊。然后呢，这个例如说还有再往下两行，他有说 something is are very much in demand， 就是它很抢手，大家都想要，在抢着要这个东西。然后第一段最后呢 cruise ships 就是所谓搭邮轮的那个邮轮啊。然后呢，他这个 joined， 他去上了一个 a pastry cooking class 啊，一个这个做甜点糕点的一个课。那 at my school， 他们学校有这样的一个课。好，然后呢，接下来他又讲到这个老师教我们做 how to make a variety of fine desserts 啊，各式各样的好吃精致的甜点。然后呢，接下来老师教我们很多东西 He taught us a lot about 什么呢 Food preparation 就是如何这个准备食物啊，如何烹饪食物。例如说 precise measurements 就是很精准的测量你要的这个食材。然后 temperature control 就是温度怎么控制。那 dough rise times 就是发酵面团发酵的时间等等的。好，然后呢，这个如何make pastry dough from scratch， make something from scratch 就是从头开始，从零开始做出来。好，然后呢，这个让我们每一个人去 prepare a batch 就是一份什么东西，一份面团，或者一批面包等等的哈。然后呢，接下来 gaining some practical experience 就是得到了一些实际的经验。然后呢，接下来他说他为朋友对家人做甜点，然后呢要求他们 give me feedback， 这是很好用的一个片语哈 ，give me feedback 就是给我一些回馈，给我一些意见的意思。然后 I keep reminding myself， 我一直要这个提醒自己要 hone my skills， 就是磨练我的技术。那怎么磨练呢 ？By constant practice， 持续不断的练习。好，那最后他希望未来能够 make a living as a pastry chef， 就是当糕点师傅，营生谋生赚钱。然后最后 enjoy it as a side hobby。Side hobby 就是一个业余的嗜好，放在一边的，有空才去玩的一个嗜好。
Now, the English in this passage is great, but I advise everybody to give up sugar. That's it for today. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.